This is why Diddy won that era. When every kid watched TRL after school every day, that motherfucker ran from bad boys' offices and would just crash Carson Daly's show.
Yeah.
Because he just understood, I just need to be where the attention is. Whether it's MTV, Z100, The Source, MySpace, Twitter, TikTok, like, it's just attention arbitrage. And the way it all works now is you need to try to put as much of your stuff in as many places as possible.
Attention is the #1 asset.
Hey, Ben.
Good, working. Took a little time off of school to do a little promo run.
Of course.
Was in Texas last week. So now in New York, and I'll be back.
How are your classmates dealing with this shit?
So upper class,
right? Like, I couldn't even imagine being in high school and like one of my friends was like popping off like that. Like it's so different now because it's so real. Like it can happen. You know? Did you do your whole shit on your iPhone?
Yeah, the whole album. Nothing out has.
Make it make sense.
Yeah. It makes a ton of sense to me. It's just like back for some of us. Like, could you imagine? My friends, because I grew up with a lot of kids that had musical dreams and a lot of kids from the inner cities and shit, like they would work like fucking a year to get enough money to go into the studio. Like think about how crazy it is. Like think about how these kids, like with this crazy talent would have never, like if he was just born 30 years earlier, it would have taken him 10 years of everything going perfect just to get to the moment he's in right now. Made the fucking shit on an iPhone. Good for you, bro. And to me, that's normal. I'm like, that's of course what you're gonna do because it's that powerful now.
Yeah.
But just thinking again, just like friends that spent the whole year working at Kmart to save up to go into studio once, to make one tape, to have one dream. You know what I mean? Lottery ticket shit. And now, fucking one TikTok. You know, like it's crazy. I'm so happy for y'all. But then, real talk, you also have to actually be talented.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, there's that part.
Yeah.
You know? How do you think about your music?
I think I'm getting to that point where, like, well, especially with this album, now that people are able to hear more than just the one song that's going viral.
Crazy.
Now they finally have a body of work to like get into.
Yeah.
I think now it's like, yeah, you guys can see like what I really have to offer, like what is really up with the kid 310. Like it's not just Soak City or referring to me as a Soak City kid.
Yeah.
And it's just inspiring. Like
how fast did Soak go viral? Like the first day, or it happened later, right?
So I'll give you the full story, not just the stuff now that's like popular. So it started off inner city LA youth, right?
Yeah.
Boom, I made a song. I was already doing it as a hobby, easy, before any dollar touched, right?
Yeah.
Boom, I upload a clip on Instagram, goes viral. The kids are, oh, who is this? Who is this? It's not out. Boom, I'm like, I have to drop this soon, like quick, because it was the most engagement I ever got from anything. Boom, I loaded up.
What did you load up?
Like the song?
It was the whole song on Instagram?
No, you're saying on Instagram.
Yeah.
It was just a clip. It was maybe like, so basically in LA, what they do is when it's like kid parties, there's like a montage of different parties as an edit.
So that was it?
Yeah, that was it with just my song. So, and.
But with how much of the song is what I meant, I'm sorry.
I don't think it was I don't remember. It was no more than like 20, 30 seconds.
It just hit.
Yeah, and then
like, fuck, I gotta get this out.
Yeah, I have to, because it was crazy. It was crazy. Followers were going up. I mean, at that time, I was no more than, the most I probably get is maybe 300. If I got 300 likes, I was up.
Yeah.
Right? That was the most.
That was the day.
The ceiling, and I'm getting 500, 600. So you know it's like a sign. Then I'm like, okay, let's do it. So I used DistroKid at that time. So that's how I put my music out, $20 a year.
I know the guy who created it, Pud.
Yeah, that's funny. Man. So yeah, that's what I use, DistroKid.
Yeah, of course.
$20 a year, I can get all my music out perfect, right? Boom, drop it, going crazy off rip. Instagram repost, repost, repost. It's not viral yet, but like
it's got heat.
Yeah, for that community of us, like LA youth, it was like it. Like I was on at that point for that.
Yeah, exactly.
Then I'm really
local celebrity.
Local, literally.
Yeah.
So then it's like parties in the summer, right? Because this is all summer. I made that song for the summer parties as well. So it's like my intentions were set on that. Then it hit.
You reverse engineered what you knew would work. Makes sense. The genre of that moment.
Right.
Those 90 days. If you can have a smash.
Yeah.
It makes so much sense.
And that's one thing in the beginning. I was like, dang, like. People are gonna like they're hearing it. And it's like I'm not too lyrical. It's not really bars. I'm just talking crazy. But this is what the kids want. But then I used to think like, dang, I don't want people to hear this and be like, oh, he's not a real artist. It's just this and this. Especially with it going on TikTok.
Of course.
And I didn't even put it on TikTok. Like it was on there, but like somebody started it. Like I didn't say do the challenge.
Yeah.
Somebody started a dance routine, boom, boom, and after that, it just took off.
That was it. 2024. Honestly, like.
So what was that, a week? Like, what was it? Was it a month?
It felt like maybe
that summer.
Yeah, that summer, but it didn't take the whole
Yeah.
summer though, because I met him in like July.
Yeah.
So,
I remember the date. The date Gentry came into the Empire office on July 18th.
He's like, I see something.
And told us to do the dance for our Empire TikTok. And from there, it was already going crazy.
And I met him before that.
Yeah, exactly. You met him a couple weeks before that.
I met him, I think, within like that first week of July.
And how about this project? How did you go about thinking about it?
So honestly, he just wanted me to go in and just like create. Like he didn't want me to think too much. We didn't really like. Yeah, we had to figure out like our situation regarding our business and like 310babii, the management thing, the label thing. But he handled all that for me. He told me just go in and create, and that's what I did. Since August, I've just been creating music, not overthinking it, just putting it all out there. He didn't want me to change my like thought process. If this is how you got on, let's continue to do that.
Of course. Which song are you most excited about? Anything?
A song 5-seater. It's with an artist named Duke Deuce and DDG. It's nothing like Soak City. It's more like festival music, jumpy, you know, upbeat, fast paced, 808 crazy. And I think that's what I need right now. I think that record being out, I think that's what they need to hear from 310.
I love it. What is there anything I can help any of you with, or you? Anything, the crew? Anything I can answer? Anything that we can help with?
Well, I know he has some questions, but we do have an emote coming out next week. And the team is tapping.
I'll hit him up.
Thank you.
I saw that.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
So that should be huge, Fortnite. You know, that's
of course.
The kids.
I know where the kids are at.
Absolutely.
That'll be huge.
I was on TikTok before the kids were on TikTok.
No, for sure. And then YouTube Shorts, right?
Yeah, I mean, look, the game that these gray hairs came from was real simple, which is social media is it.
Yeah.
Like people want to not think it. People try to fight it. When I was yelling and screaming, you guys know, yelling and screaming, TikTok, all the coolest kids didn't want to because it was just little white girls that were 14 dancing. And I was like, no, Facebook used to be fucking just college kids, and now it's grandmas. Shit evolves. Everyone's trying to do Triller. I'm like, please stop. TikTok is going to win this shit. And so what's crazy, though, is for 3-1, like, it could be Facebook. Like, people don't realize how shit actually works. There's still a shocking amount of 20-year-olds that go on Facebook once or twice a week just to check their shit. There you go. So, like, right? Like, I've been starting to talk about this, and people are like, it's almost like Facebook became so OG that some people tried to stay low that they were checking it out. And now it seems like it's been so off for so long, it's kind of like retro cool to be like, yo, I fuck with Facebook. So, yeah, for him, it's, of course, it's like, when he was working since August, my mind, he should, hopefully, if you film all of that, it becomes unlimited library for creative. And honestly, it's funny, when I think about music and I think about how I try to just explain social media, it always makes me think about this. Boyd Walsh, you probably have heard this from me multiple times. This is why Diddy won that era. When every kid watched TRL after school every day, that motherfucker ran from bad boys' offices and would just crash Carson Daly's show. Yeah. Because he just understood, I just need to be where the attention is. And so whether it's MTV or Z100 or The Source or then MySpace or then, you know, Twitter or now TikTok, like, it's just attention arbitrage. And the way it all works now is, you know, you need to try to put as much of your stuff in as many places as possible. You have to have the talent to make things that actually people give a fuck about. If you put out 47,000 pieces of garbage, you put out 47,000 pieces of garbage. Right. But if you've got talent, there's no reason that every one of those clips aren't on every single platform. Why would you not want, you know, 25-year-old women to fuck with you if the only place they consume content is Pinterest? Put it on fucking Pinterest. Right. So yeah, I think it's content at scale.
Absolutely.
And as much BTS as possible, right? As, you know, streaming or TikTok or it. Like, every time I hear an artist say, "Yeah, but I don't fuck with Twitter," I'm like, "You don't fuck with fans?" There is no Twitter. I don't fuck with YouTube Shorts. I'm like, you don't fuck with fans? It's just attention to fans.
We've developed like an organic relationship with the sports community. So like CJ Stroud was huge with breaking the record.
Yeah.
So like we did the Pro Bowl with CJ.
Makes sense. He's the best kid.
Russell Westbrook, and then LeBron starting to catch on with the NBA, doing the dance and listening to the record.
Yeah, that's fresh. Must be crazy for you, right?
Yeah, insane.
Yeah, like completely. What the fuck's going on, actually? But you also were doing shit with purpose, so there's always that 1% in the back of your head of like knowing it could.
Yeah, literally.
You know what I mean?
That's exactly how I feel.
Yeah, it makes sense to me. When I talk to kids now, they're like, I can't. I'm like, of course you can. Like you dropped it to make it a summer anthem. That was smart. That means you're thinking. Of course you're thinking, maybe, God willing, this catches. Because shit like that catches. The key is longevity. The key is, I think the advice you got was right, which is like, people get fucked up in their viral moment, and they start to change the behavior that got them to the viral moment. I can't wait to hear it.
Oh yeah, it's a good project. I'm excited. What
about this summer? Are you going to tour?
Yeah.
You decided yet?
No, we have huge plans. So we're going, our first tour will be with OGZ. Him and OGZ have an amazing relationship together. So that'll be first. Then we have our own tour. And we'll end it around his graduation at the Novo. And we have this like crazy concept of turning the stage into a graduation ceremony.
So smart.
And having like everyone there. And then him and Lil Tyler are doing a tour after. So that's domestic. And then around the world, we're in Rolling Loud Thailand, Rolling Loud Europe. And then building dates around those festivals.
I forgot to get the answer. So the high school, what are they doing?
Yeah, so, I mean, upperclassmen, they already knew me, so they're trying to chill. But, like, maybe freshmen, some sophomore, might say, like, you know, sophomore things, or, like, they say, yell the lyrics and, like, run down the hallway. Nothing crazy, but it's just, like, awkward.
Do they think it's awesome? Or do they just being silly and ridiculous?
I think it's silly and ridiculous.
Yeah.
I think to them, sometimes it's like...
Gen Alpha is coming, and they're fucking...
Yeah.
They're watching all sorts of different shit.
Yeah, but I think... I've talked to some of the kids, though, like, telling them, like so
of course.
Say somebody says something crazy, and then runs down, and there'll be another freshman right there that's, like, maybe his friend. I'll be like... we're both shaking our heads, and like, you know, you guys can just, like, say hi. And I'll talk to them, and like, oh, your song's hard. Then they'll talk regular. But I think this next generation is more like troll.
100%.
Especially like the ones
troll
that watch
is the
like
slang.
The ones that watch like the streaming and stuff. It's
100%.
Yeah, it's like the trolling.
It's the slang.
Yeah.
Trolling is the slang.
Yeah.
Which has everyone super confused that's older than them because they don't know the terminology.
Yeah, because it's something.
It's like slang on steroids.
It's certain things I say that like I have to tell Gentry like, oh no, that means that, or like. But he catches on. He catches on. For somebody older, he catches on.
Yeah. I mean, I learned. No, keep it real. No, keep it real. I learned just as much from him as he learns from me. Like he teaches me every day, bro. Every day I learn something new.
Are you kidding me? When the internet like started getting shit together with lyrics, I got so happy. The fact that I was able to go to fucking Rap Genius and click and be like, oh shit, that's what he meant. Like that was the best. Breaking that shit.
Spotify adding the lyrics was the best.
Was the best.
No, absolutely. And you know what? One thing that I love is like I watch your content all the time, and you get a ton of questions about like, Gary, should I go to school or should I be an entrepreneur? And people think it's one or the other. This kid is both. This kid is on a roll in high school, getting his degree.
Walsh and Boyd will tell you, 99% of the kids that I hit up and give flowers to, they put me on, I go through it, but I gotta feel it. I hit him up solo and been watching. And I was finally like, fuck man, I need to fucking hit up this kid. And
how'd you hear the record?
I also heard it like, it feels like like November, December, so it was popping summer. I saw something on TikTok somewhere, but then I heard it. But it's how the way I'm conducting even this talk, and even when I tell you, when I decided to hit him up, my brain said, I find it unlikely that this kid doesn't follow me. Because there was something in like, maybe it was an article, freshman X, I don't know, something hit, it wasn't that long, it was like 3 Saturdays ago, and so probably it was a week earlier, something, what I do for a living is just watch. I'm consuming so weird. I think I'm different because I do shit different. I'm just like, I don't know, like for 4 hours I'll just be reading. I'll be reading about like penguins in Afghanistan and like, or like an up and coming rapper all the way to like I'm so all over the place. I'm just trying to take in as much input, right? Anyway, forget about the song being fire. Like, I could tell that he was smart.
Yeah.
Which is why I subconsciously thought he might be following me. Like, when they send me stuff, I'm like, I can almost like, I'm like 60% right, which is pretty high of like, do I think this person's following me or not? Right. And so I'm aware. Makes sense. It's why I think he's gonna have a long career.
Absolutely.
Right? The only thing I don't know about him is his work ethic. Yeah. But like, the talent is crazy. The smarts, I can almost feel through the fucking written words of the interview. And then the only thing he's got to do right is have the right people around him, which he clearly made the right moves early, and then the biggest thing is when you start winning this young, like, it's about like, how does the game sustain out as he gets grown? Right. Falls in love, family, like real shit, like real life. But like right now, these next 36 months, it's a foregone conclusion for Double I over here.
High IQ.
It's gonna be real.
Yeah. High IQ.
High IQ, that's the brand. So it's funny
Love
you say
it.
that.
Yeah. Love it.
Our guy Peter, who was with Jeezy, he's Empire. He wanted you to ask, I don't know the answer, about what he spent his first big bag on. You want to tell him?
Oh, you wanted me to ask him?
He asked.
I already know it's going to be very logical and no dumb shit. I already know the answer to the question. I already know. What is it?
Nothing.
Exactly.
See?
He hasn't spent $1 yet.
You don't need shit.
Exactly.
No, what I learned with this is that with music, and well, it could be anything, or when you're a public figure, is everything's already free.
100%.
And it's like, it's my choice to buy the extra, which is sometimes, that might be cool, but...
Yeah, you don't need to starve yourself from something that actually might be joyful for you. You're allowed to grow up and have aspirational for stuff, but man, people buy dumb shit to impress people that they don't even like. It's crazy.
Absolutely.
Well, what is the plan, though?
What is the plan? Oh, yeah. So, I mean, we're just going to kill it the rest of the year. I'm going to stack, and I'm going hard, man.
I believe you.
Yeah, like, I'm talking like ETF, just to keep the longevity going on that side. I'm going to get, a Roth IRA set up for me. I'm going to make sure that I'm good after, so, because, what could happen, like, from now to 10,
Look, I think, to be frank, I think there's a slightly different tweak on that for you to debate. That's all really good logic. Comma, you're so young, and you're so multidimensional talented. I think the thing you need to be thinking about is, look, there's a very clear reality in the world, which is the people that know how to invest money win. So I think the thing over the next 5 years, as you go from what, you're 17?
18.
18. Next 5 years, 18 to 23, it's a good opportunity for you to learn where do you get joy as a human in investing. Some people get joy in real estate because they're like, it's so tried and true. It's a great category to invest in. I don't. I get joy out of like, not gambling, but like I like doing high risk, high reward. Like when I invested in Facebook and Twitter and Uber and these companies, that's like fun for me. It's not fun when I write a big check and the company goes out of business in 6 months. But the big ones pay off all the others. That's enjoyable for me. But I don't think of it as gambling. I'm trying to be thoughtful. When I invested in Yobongo, I believed in it as much as I believed in when I invested in Twitter. Just they had two different outcomes. And so, is it investing in small brands? Is it investing in small businesses that are practical? I'll give you an example. The car wash business is a great ass business. And like maybe instead of real estate, you like the idea of like entrepreneurship and that's more car wash. Then there's starting your own shit. There's brand deals. There's also you starting your own soap. Right? So like, I think, all that proper 1980s financial stuff is absolutely right. The problem is, for someone as bright as you, spending the time to learn different areas of investment will probably be very fruitful.
Not just one thing.
Yeah, I think your answer makes a lot of sense to me. That's the sense of a young kid who wants to be smart. And it's like, okay, but that is incredibly, very safe. It's great. It's not going to go away. But it's not going to make you money either. Not like really. Not in my intuition of your mental capacity. And so like while you're on these tours, reading and listening and learning different genres of, you know, places to put dollars into. And then again, you're so young, which one of those get you more excited? My dad didn't invest any money. The way he thought about money is you make it, you put it in a bank so no one can touch that shit, and good, not even like the most basic. You know, when I got in there, he was nothing. Not even like the 401k, like nothing. Cash, old school, Russia. That's how he did it. Money under the mattress shit. Then there's people that are crazy and they fucking try to like put 100K into like a random new cryptocurrency and they're like, I'm gonna and it goes to zero. Like there's everything in between. But like you might love basketball more than anything, and a Michael Jordan rookie card, that's like a fucking Warhol. Like that shit's not going anywhere. Like that's true forever. Maybe that's the right thing. So there's just a lot to think through. And then you're gonna have all sorts of pressures of people pulling at you as you keep building. And everyone's gonna want you to invest in your shit. They met you once in the corner, one time. There's gonna be all those things. So you're just gonna go through it. But finding out what you like to invest in, especially this early with that brain power, that's what you should be doing too. In addition, you know?
Yes, sir. I think too that, I mean, what you just told me, that kind of resonates with me anyway, because I mean, it's even with the music before I met Gentry, I really didn't have too many people that really like vouched for me or like really believed in me early.
Yeah.
Like it was more like, okay, cool, right? But not really like, now it's easy for people to be like, oh, I'm going hard for you, this and this.
67 million listens or whatever the fuck it is gonna get people to pay attention.
But I remember when it was just like me trying to sell, and now it's people trying to sell to me.
Yep. And it's a whole different fucking game. It's a whole different complicated. When you're trying to sell and you believe, it's easy. You get no's and yeses. When people are selling to you, you don't know why.
Damn, that's fucking deep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I gotta bounce.
All right.
We'll definitely connect again. Let's get this photo for sure.